There's pretty much one thing that everybody in our country can agree upon, and that is that we are incredibly divided right now. But if you were to ask different people what they think the divide is about, you'd get vastly different answers. From the racial divide to the immigration divide, from the religious divide to the political divide, climate crisis to reproductive rights. But there is one divide that most of us can agree about, and that is the urban-rural divide. In general, urban areas and their economies are booming, while rural areas are disappearing. ExchangeNation is a bridge-building culture, skills, and economic development exchange that is creating sister pairs between urban and rural communities to help heal this divide. Teams of citizens from participating ExchangeNation communities go to each other's sister pair location where they work on impactful regionally based projects. They bring their talents and their time with the hope of building lasting relationships, strengthening economies, and helping each other heal the divide in our country. It's within this context that courageous conversations about everything from race to politics can happen. What you're about to see is a documentary TV series called The Exchange that we've been shooting along the way.
Continued safety as the aircraft is subject to several stops during taxi. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
So where are we in?
Northwest corner.
So the white patch C is obviously Alabama. As you can see, we're just a little dot, and it's pretty rural out here all around us.
International Paper had been here for 40 years or so. It employed around 1,100 people, and in September of 2013, they came in one morning and announced to all the employees that they were closing their doors. For us, it was a knockout punch. It has just reverberated through our county, and it was just a huge loss.
We need something to happen in Lawrence County, and we're looking for y'all for help, and maybe we can help y'all.
We just love this place, and we want y'all, while you're here, to get to know a little bit about it, and we're looking forward to going up and learning more about Boston.
That's how you can tell when we're tourists. We're always looking up for tourists.
Instead of at our phones.
Downtown is down here, and Back Bay is right here. And then this is all these different neighborhoods.
This is like where the money sits, and this is where the people live.
Boston is a fascinating place. You know, it's over 100 years older than the country, and it's a place of problem solvers, and I'm a problem solver.
We allow people from the community to come in, and they're able to do product design, they're able to build prototypes.
I just see so much stuff that I can take back home that I know they need if you can get them in one room and sit them down to listen.
We already have the community base started. How about building community-based business?
You've heard the old saying that the rising tide rises all boats. Well, it will not rise your boat if you don't have one.
There's literally kind of just untapped opportunity sitting there and people wanting to capture it.
The days of a small farm are over. And it's not got anything to do with mega farms taking over. It's got to do with a cotton picker costing $750,000.
By the same token, where the land is nice and flat, it's really good for constructing industrial sites.
Hi, would you like a biscuit? Hello, would you like a biscuit?
Hello, how are you?
This is my block. When I am walking down Congress Street between Atlantic and the bridge, I know 50% of the people. I'm like hugging people, kissing people. How are you? I miss you, whatever else, but it's my block.
Right.
If I turn the corner, I put my earbuds in my ears, and I put my hood up on my coat, and I put my sunglasses on, so I am completely protected. Like, I'm basically an astronaut.
We're the #1 income inequality city. We were the last city to desegregate schools. So as much as we're the Kennedys and as much as we're Cape Cod, we're also a 45-year-old man who you'll meet while we're in Roxbury remembers being chased out of a bus by grown people who didn't want a black child to go to their school.
We don't all click every day together, by no means. But when I have people from out of town, they want to come visit. Okay. And they want to go, where do we go? I don't take them to Back Bay. It's not part of my city.
Is there a rivalry?
Back Bay doesn't think about us.
No.
Here everybody's focused on a job and money, and at home we're just more focused on family.
One of the ahas I had when we came down here was that Christians here have a culture that is synonymous with the dominant culture. And like a fish in water, you don't necessarily know what wet feels like. In Boston, we're more amphibious.
You know, it's not so much of trying to beat you over the head with a Bible and get you to submit. It's more like, you know, us coming together and talk about our faith. You know, this is what I believe, this is what you believe. Come to a more understanding.
I just ask you to go into this discussion with an open mind.
I have tried to have kids my whole life, and we weren't able to. I was successful once, made it to 10 weeks, and I lost it. That 10 weeks, I was so attached to that child, I'd never even heard the heartbeat. I don't care what doctors tell you, I don't care what the scientists tell you. That was a life inside of me that I lost, and it was a piece of me that I'll never get back.
You know, like seeing that Confederate flag just drive by, like, it hurts my feelings, you know?
Me, just because I got that flag, it means more a Billy Idol kind of, yeah, you know, I'm a bad guy. We're gonna hit a gravel road and get sideways, and we're gonna go have a bonfire party and drink some beer.
Without shared language, I'm never going to get into that discussion because I know where it leads. I don't think the question is, can Moulton change? I think the question is, what is our authentic value add in their changing?
While we were walking around the other night, walked by a church, and I see it says Black Lives Matter hanging on that flag. To you, that's a very positive thing. To me, as a police officer, it says every cop is a killer of young black men. And that's the farthest thing from the truth.
It was really wonderful to really be challenged in what is real for you. What about your story is real?
I'm excited about going. Old guy here, I ain't never really got to do anything like that, so I'm pretty excited about maybe trying to represent us and hope I do a good job at it.
If you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. You can change that by doing something.
Here we are,